A very good morning to all the students of class 3rd. Dear student, today we will study the 3rd chapter of social science named as the land of our country. From the book Our Land, Our World. Dear student, here I am sharing my screen with you. Very first, you should know what are the learning objectives of the chapter. So, in this chapter, we will learn about the land, and secondly, we will learn about the water bodies, and lastly, we will learn about the climate of the country. So, let's begin with the land. Dear student, land and water bodies on the earth are different types. As I am marking it, very first we will discuss about land. What we will discuss? We will discuss about land. Dear student, different types of land have different names. First, mountain. What is mountain? Mountain is a very high land going up to a peak. What are mountains? Mountain is a very high land going up to a peak. कैसा समतल जिसका कोना बहुत high हो. Hills are smaller than mountains. Hills कैसे होंगे? Mountains से छोटे. Hills are smaller than mountains. The third one is plateau. What is plateau? Plateau is a high flat land. It is mostly. What is plateau? Plateau is a high flat land. It is mostly rocky. The fourth one is valley. Valley is a low land between mountains or hills. The area between mountains and hills is called valley. The fifth one is plain. What is plain? Plain is low and level land. The sixth one is desert. What is desert? Desert is a dry and sandy, barren land. What is desert? Desert is a dry and sandy, barren land. The sixth one is Iceland. What is Iceland? Iceland is a small area of land surrounded by water. कैसा area? छोटा area जिसके चारों water हो. The last one is coast. What is coast? Coast is the land bordering the sea called coast. So, this is all about land. What we discussed? We discussed about mountain, hills, plateau, valley, plains, desert, Iceland, and about coast. So, these are some example of land. Now we will discuss the water bodies. What are water bodies? So, the part covered with water are called water bodies. These are ocean, sea, bay, lake, and river. So, as I am marking it, what are the ocean? Ocean is a very large area of water, as we have discussed in previous chapter. What is ocean? Ocean is a large area of water. The second one is, as I am highlighting it again, sea is a large area of water but smaller than ocean. कैसा area? एक large area लेकिन ocean से कम. Is called sea. Now this is very important. What is bay? Bay is a part of sea with land on three sides. What is bay? Bay is a part of sea with land on three sides. जिसके तीन साइड पे क्या होता है? Land होता है. That is called bay. The next one is lake. As I am again highlighting it. What is lake? Lake is a large body of water surrounded by land. Large body of water जिसके चारों ओर क्या हो? जमीन हो. Lake is a large body of water surrounded by land. The next one is river. What is river? River is the running water that flows down from the mountains. What is river? River is the running water that flows down from the market is called river. So, what are the water bodies? Ocean, sea, bay, lake, and river. These 5 are water bodies which we have discussed in this chapter. The next one is the land and water bodies of our country. हमारी country में कौन-कौन सी land bodies और water bodies हैं? Let's discuss it. Our country, India, is very big. The face of its land is different and different places. It has mountain, plateaus, plain, and desert too. So, dear student, some of its land is rocky, some is clay or sandy. कुछ land क्या होते हैं? Rocky होते हैं, कुछ clay होते हैं और कुछ sandy होते हैं. We have very high mountain, the Himalayas in the north. This is very important question and I am highlighting it. We have very high mountain, the Himalayas in the north. Which is the high mountain in India? The Himalayas in the north. Some of the peaks are always covered with snow. इसकी क्या होता है? कुछ चोटियों पे हमेशा बर्फ रहती है. Mount Everest in Himalayas is the highest peak in the world. Mount Everest हिमालय की क्या है? सबसे ऊंची चोटी है. So, dear student, this is very important question that you should know. Which is the highest peak in the world? So, Mount Everest in Himalayas is the highest peak in the world. This is the map of India and this is the river map which flows in India. The height of Everest is 8,848 meters. What is the height of Everest? Its height is 8,848 meters. Many of the big rivers start from the Himalayas. बहुत सी ऐसी नदियां हैं जो हिमालय से निकलती हैं. Central and southern part of the country also have a chain of hills. In the south, we have the beautiful Nilgiri Hills. South में कौन सा है? Nilgiri Hills है. There are very big plains in northern India. Northern India में क्या है? बहुत बड़े-बड़े plains हैं. The northern plain is also called Gangetic Plain. Northern plain को क्या कहते हैं बच्चों? Gangetic Plain कहते हैं. So, this is very important question which is called Gangetic Plain. So, the answer is the northern plain is also called Gangetic Plains. There are some plains in the southern part also. So, Many rivers flows through these plains. बहुत सी नदियां हैं जो इस प्लेन से होकर गुजरती हैं. वो कौन सी नदियां हैं? The Ganga, the Yamuna, the Brahmaputra, the Krishna and the Kaveri are some important rivers which flows these plains. They make the land rich and fertile. So, dear student, these are some important rivers which you should know where they locate in the map. So, dear student, you can see in the map, this is Ganga, this is Godavari as I am highlighting it, and this is Krishna. So, dear student, you have to remember this river map for this question. So, with the help of this map, you can easily locate the Ganga, the Yamuna, the Brahmaputra, the Krishna and the Kaveri. There is a plateau in the southern part of our country. Most of its part have rocky land. Southern part में कैसे हैं? Plateaus हैं जो mostly कैसे हैं? Rocky, पत्थर वाले हैं. It is called Deccan Plateau. This is very important question and I am highlighting it. What is Deccan Plateau? Plateaus. So, rocky land is called Deccan Plateau. I'm so sorry. Rocky land is called Deccan Plateau, which is situated at the southern part of the country. It is very rich in minerals. What are the properties of these plateaus? These are very rich in minerals. A northern western part of our country is desert called the Thar Desert. Dear student, जो northern part है, northern western part है, उधर क्या है? Desert है, रेगिस्तान है, जिसे क्या बोलते हैं? Thar Desert बोलते हैं. It rains very little in the desert. इन parts में क्या होता है? बारिश बहुत ही कम होती है. Very few plants grow there. बहुत कम plants ऐसे होते हैं जो यहाँ पर उगते हैं. So, dear student, as you can see in my picture, the Deccan Plateau. This is the Jaisalmer Fort and this is the Ganga River in the Varanasi. Our country is surrounded by water on three sides. हमारे country के तीन side में क्या है? Water flow करता है. The Arabian Sea is to west of our country. Arabian Sea कहाँ flow करता है? West part में. So this is again very important question and I am highlighting it. Which sea flows the west part of our country? So the answer is the Arabian Sea is to the west of our country. The next one is which is to the east of, is situated at the east of our country. So the Bay of Bengal is to the east of our country. Basically, Bay of Bengal is the water bodies. Again, this is very important question. Which flows in the southern part of the country? Which ocean flows in the southern part of the country? So the answer is Indian Ocean is flow to the southern part of the country. There are narrow strips of plain land along the sea coast. So there, this is very. These three questions are very important. So I am highlighting it. The Arabian Sea is to the west. The Bay of Bengal is the east and the Indian Ocean is to the south. So this is some important definition which you should know, that is peninsula. So dear student, what is peninsula? The land that is surrounded by water on three sides is called peninsula. What is the land that is surrounded by water on three sides? ऐसी जगह, ऐसी जमीन जिसकी तीन साइड में वाटर फ्लो करता है, that is called peninsula. So this is very important question and this is very important knowledge that you should know. The next one is, some islands are also part of our country, like Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep, one group of island is in the Arabian Sea. Where is Lakshadweep? Lakshadweep is one group of island is in the Arabian Sea. The next one is Andaman and Nicobar Island is another group of island which is in the Bay of Bengal. This is again very important question. Where is Andaman Nicobar Island? So this is the answer is, this is the another group of island which is in the Bay of Bengal. So this is the pictorial part of Andaman Island and this is a view of Lakshadweep Island that you can see in my screen. So the last learning objective is climate. So dear student, let's begin it. Climate is the weather condition of a place remaining nearly the same. What is climate? This is very important question. What is climate? So dear student, climate is the weather condition of a place remaining nearly the same. What is weather? What is climate? Climate is the weather condition of a place remaining nearly the same. The northern mountains are cold during the most part of the year. जो नॉर्थ पार्ट होता है, नॉर्थ माउंटेन एरिया है, नॉर्दर्न माउंटेन एरिया है, वो ऑलमोस्ट पूरा साल कैसे रहते हैं? ठंडे रहते हैं. The northern plains are very cold in winter and very hot in the summer. तो बच्चों जो नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स हैं वो क्या होता है? विंटर्स में बहुत ठंडे रहते हैं और गर्मियों में बहुत ही ज्यादा गर्म रहते हैं. The coastal plains are neither very hot nor very cold. This is very important that you should know. The coastal plains are neither very hot nor very cold. The Deccan Plateau is hot almost the year. जो Deccan Plateaus होते हैं वो पूरा साल कैसे रहते हैं? गर्म रहते हैं. क्यों गर्म रहते हैं बच्चों? Because ये डेजर्ट में है, रेगिस्तान में है. In Thar Desert, the days are hot and nights are cool. Thar Desert में क्या होता है बच्चों? दिन तो बहुत गर्म रहते हैं लेकिन रात कैसी होती है? वो ठंडी होती हैं. So this is all about the chapter. Dear student, let's have a quick revision of this chapter. Third, the land of our country. Very first, we have discussed about the land. So there are different type of land that we have learned in this chapter. Number one, mountain is very high, going up to a peak. Number two, hills that are smaller than mountain. Number three, plateaus, which is high flat land and mostly it is rocky. Number four, valley. Valley is lowland between mountains and hills. Number five, plains. Plain is low level land. Number next, desert is a dry and sandy barren land. The next one is iceland, which is a small area of land surrounded by water. What is Iceland? Iceland is a small area of land surrounded by the water. The next one is coast, is the land bordering the sea. What is coast? Coast is the land bordering the sea. कौन सा land? जो समुद्र के किनारों का एरिया होता है उसे क्या बोलते हैं? कोस्ट बोलते हैं. Next we have discussed about the water bodies. So what are the water bodies? Sea, ocean, bay, lake and river. Let's discuss oceans. Ocean is a very high area of water. What is sea? Large area of water but less than ocean. What is bay? Bay is a part of the sea with land on three sides. The next one is lake. Lake is the large body of water surrounded by land. क्या होता है lake? Water body होती है large, जो किसके चारों ओर से होती है? जमीन के जिसके चारों ओर जमीन होती है. River is the running water that flows down from the mountains. River क्या होती है? Mountain से निकलती है और बहती है. So this is all about water bodies. So next we have discussed the land and water bodies of our country. Our country, India, is very big. The face of its land different and different places. So we have very high mountain, the Himalayas in the north. Which is the high mountain? Himalaya is a very high mountains in the north. Some of the peaks are always covered with snow. Which is the highest peak of the world? Mount Everest in the Himalayas is the highest peak in the world, as you can see in the text. So this is the pictorial map of rivers of the country. The height of Everest is 8,848 meters. What is the height of Everest, dear student? The height of Everest is 8,848 meters. Many of the big rivers start from the Himalaya. Central and southern part of our country also have a chain of hills. In the south, we have beautiful Nilgiri hills. Where is, this is very important question, where is Nilgiri hills situated? So the answer is, in the south we have beautiful Nilgiri hills. So there are very big plains in northern part of India. The northern plain is also called Gangetic Plains. The northern plain is also called what? The northern plains is also called the Gangetic Plain. There are some plains in the southern part also. Many rivers flow through these plains. So these rivers are the Ganga, the Yamuna, the Brahmaputra, the Krishna and the Kaveri. Dear student, this is the pictorial part of the river. This is Ganga as I am highlighting it. This is Yamuna, this is Godavari, this is Krishna and this is Kaveri. So you have to remember this map so that you can locate any river easily. There is a plateau in the southern part of our country. Most of its part have a rocky land and that rocky land is called Deccan Plateau. What is called Deccan Plateau? The southern the plateau which is in the southern part of the country, and most of the part have rocky land is called Deccan Plateau. What is the property of these plateau? It is very rich and rich in minerals. Dear student, the northwestern part of country is desert called Thar Desert. So it rains very little in the desert. Desert में क्या होता है बच्चों? बहुत कम बारिश होती है. Very few plants grow there. तो desert में क्या होता है बच्चों? पानी की कमी से बहुत कम plants grow करते हैं. जैसे cactus होता है, वो desert में grow करता है because वो अपनी leaves में क्या होता है? पानी को काफी time तक store करता है. So then this is the pictorial part of Deccan Plateau. This is the Jaisalmer Fort and this is the Ganga in Varanasi. Our country is surrounded by water on 3 sides. हमारे क्या है? Country में 3 side से water से घिरा हुआ है. West part में क्या है? Arabian Sea है. East part में है Bay of Bengal and South part में है Indian Ocean. So, dear student, this is very important question. The land that is surrounded by water on its 3 sides is called peninsula. तो हमारी country में क्या है? 3 side से हमारा country water bodies से घिरा हुआ है. West में है Arabian Sea, East में है Bay of Bengal and South में है Indian Ocean. So, ये तो हमने पहले ही आपसे डिस्कस कर लिया है. Some islands are also part of country. जैसे क्या है? लक्षद्वीप है, किसका पार्ट है? अरेबियन सी का है. अंडमान निकोबार किसका है? आइसलैंड का है. एंड अंडमान निकोबार आइसलैंड किसका पार्ट है? बे ऑफ बंगाल का. सो लक्षद्वीप हो गया अरेबियन सी का एंड अंडमान निकोबार हो गया बे ऑफ बंगाल का. So these are some island of the country. So this is the last one which we have discussed, the climate. Basically, climate is a weather condition of a place remaining nearly the same. The northern mountains are cold during the most part of the year. Northern mountain क्या रहता है? पूरे साल ठंडा रहता है. The northern plains are very cold in the winter and very hot in the summer. जो northern plains होते हैं winter में तो बहुत ठंडे रहते हैं लेकिन गर्मियों में वो गर्म रहते हैं. And coastal plains जो होते हैं वो ना ठंडे रहते हैं और ना गर्म रहते हैं. The Deccan Plateau is hot almost everywhere. जो डेक्कन प्लेट्यूज होते हैं वो पूरा साल जो रहते हैं गर्म रहते हैं. क्यों गर्म रहते हैं? क्योंकि वहां क्या होता है बच्चों? एज वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस, दीज आर रॉकी. वहां वो जो प्लेट्यूज होते हैं वो रॉक्स के होते हैं, इसलिए वो पूरा साल गर्म रहते हैं. इन थार डेजर्ट द डेज आर हॉट एंड नाइट्स आर कूल. डेजर्ट में क्या होता है? दिन गर्म रहते हैं और रात ठंडी रहती है. So this is all about the chapter 3rd, the land of our country. Thank you, dear students. We will discuss our 4th chapter in our next class. Thank you.